Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper4Games. My name's Joseph and today on PlayStation News, Sony is the biggest Activision customer, some details for The Last of Us multiplayer, Uncharted Lost Legacy for PC release date leaks, additional details on the new Assassin's Creed games and more. Let's get into them. PS5 overtakes Switch in the UK. PS5 continues to have a sales streak in the UK as stock levels were up 56% in August compared to July via GfK. The Horizon Forbidden West bundle has also helped and brought the title to the top of the rankings for several weeks straight. Sales improvements have brought Sony's console to become the UK best-selling console of 2022 year to date, beating the Switch despite Nintendo's console having a 4% sales boost in August. Xbox consoles also saw a great month with a 20% sales increase but still remain third. It's not all good news for the three companies as the gaming business is down year over year by 36% with under 880,000 total consoles sold. Sony ranked as Activision's top customer. Activision Blizzard acquisition process has revealed some interesting data in terms of which platforms sell the most games from the publisher. According to Daniel Ahmad from Nico Partners, the publisher revealed the data for the fiscal year ending December 2021 to the US Securities and Exchange Commission. Sony took the first spot, accounting for 17% of Activision's total revenue, around 1.37 billion. Next were Apple with 15%, Google with 14%, and Microsoft at 4th with 11%, while the rest of the sales fall into sales from their own Battle.net platforms, Steam, or other retailers. This gives further context as to why Sony has not been too happy with the deal, speaking up at the different regulatory review processes. Speaking of Activision, the Call of Duty Showcase will unveil the future of the franchise. The publisher has announced they will hold an event titled Call of Duty Next on their social channels on September 15 at 1 PM Eastern. It will focus on the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, including a multiplayer reveal, the next Call of Duty Warzone, and redacted information and surprises. This is just a day before the early access beta for Modern Warfare 2 starts on PlayStation consoles. Moving on, the reason PS5 didn't have folders at launch. The recent PS5 firmware 6.0 added the new game list feature that gives a way to organize your collection, but still not folders. Steven Trombetta, a former Sony manager, replied to an article from Kotaku that criticized the lack of folders on the console at launch. He said that they built the console in the middle of a global pandemic without requiring a crunch from anyone, and some things had to go to make that a reality. It's nice they didn't have anyone work extra hours, and now we have the feature in some capacity. Hopefully it gets more improvements down the line. New The Last of Us multiplayer map details. We got an official look at art from the upcoming The Last of Us factions at Summer Game Fest a couple of months ago, and now we have more information thanks to Matthew Seymour's LinkedIn page, as he worked with the studio between June 2020 and December 2021 after the launch of Part 2. His profile reads that he worked on a multiplayer title in a very dense city with lots of details, and his work included layout, population, polish, modeling, texturing, and design. While this is all very technical, it confirms the scope of the project is bigger than just a mode, as it's part of the 10 live service games Sony expects to launch before 2026. Sticking with Naughty Dog news, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves PC release date leaked. The Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection was released back in January for PS5, and we still don't know what happened with the PC version that was supposed to follow shortly after that. Now we have an idea of when it will be released thanks to a leak from the Epic Games Store. The listing had the date as October 19, and they even leaked a crossover promo with Fortnite giving players who buy the collection an in-game Sully seaplane glider. The store listing has since been updated to remove all this, but we should hear about it soon. A departure at Deviation Games. Deviation Games is a new development studio founded by ex-Call of Duty developers. They announced back in 2021 they were working on an exclusive new original IP for PlayStation. One of its founders, Jason Blundell, has left the company as a press release from the studio confirmed the departure while thanking Blundell for his contributions and wishing him the best in his future. There are no details as to why he left or where he's going, but the announcement implies there's no hostility between parties. Deviation Games will now be led by CEO and game director Dave Anthony, and Luis Castle has joined as Senior Vice President of Development. New details on the upcoming Assassin's Creed games. Ubisoft Forward on Saturday revealed the future of the Assassin's Creed saga, with Mirage, a game that returns to the roots of the series with a shorter, more narrative game, and both codenamed Red and Hexa, which are part of Infinity as the games on the horizon. Mirage is already available for pre-order and is going for a lower price point, as the standalone version will cost $50 on both PS4 and PS5. The PS4 version offers a free upgrade. Mirage is going to be the last Assassin's Creed game on PS4, as franchise head Mark Alexis Code told BGC that the new Code Red and Hexa, as part of Infinity, will be released only on current gen platforms. The Witcher 4 is the start of a new multi-saga. CD Projekt Red announced back in March that they are working on the future of the Witcher series. Last week they held a first half earnings call where CEO Adam Kicinski said the company has in mind to release more than one title. He said, and I quote, "The first saga was 3 games, so now we're thinking about more than one game, but we are in pre-production of the first game from the second Witcher saga." The next Witcher game will drop CD Projekt's own Red engine, while helping Epic shape Unreal Engine 5 for more open world games. On related news, CD Projekt Red commits to Cyberpunk despite only one expansion. Last week saw the announcement of several updates for Cyberpunk 2077, including the first and only expansion, Phantom Liberty, an announcement received not so well by the community as previous CD Projekt games like The Witcher 3 had received 2 expansions. During the earnings call, Michael Nowakowski, Senior Vice President of Development, said they decided to develop one major expansion that takes into account the capabilities of the new consoles. Despite that, he also said they are fully committed to developing the Cyberpunk IP beyond this expansion, with new stories, new experiences, and new content. He probably means stuff like the Edge Runners anime set to debut on Netflix this week. Crystal Dynamics now controls its own IPs. Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal are now officially part of the Embracer Group. All of their franchises have now reverted from Square Enix to Studios Control, as per an announcement from Crystal Dynamics on their official website. Crystal Dynamics said they took control of several franchises including Tomb Raider and Legacy of Kain from Square Enix, and as a result, they are the owners of the games and controller of gameplay and personal data related to them. This is very exciting news, and hopefully we get something from Legacy of Kain soon. EA announces a new Battlefield studio. In a press release last week, EA announced they are welcoming the new studio Ridgeline Games to join the Battlefield franchise. Ridgeline, based in Kirkland, Washington, was created by Marcus Leto, co-creator of Halo, and they will focus on creating a narrative campaign for the Battlefield universe. This is in response to the poor performance from the most recent Battlefield 2042 release last year. And those are our PlayStation stories for today. Will you be playing the Uncharted Legacy Collection on PC? Are you excited about the new Assassin's Creed games? Share your thoughts on any of the news below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, including recaps for both the Disney, Marvel, and Ubisoft Showcase, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!